Is that your phone? No, it's good. Man's got it, baby. Good afternoon. Good morning. I am Victor's mama. It's kind of an identity I gained when he came into the world. My baby was amazing. Every mother says that, but it was really true about this little Victor. He came into the world early, 2 months. They called him a high-risk pregnancy, but Victor needed to arrive in his own time. His initial due date was the same as his older brothers, and I think he wanted to make his own mark on the world. So April 13th he came. 3 pounds and 14 ounces of inquisitive power. He was the only baby I ever met that cried to be put down when I held him too long. He needed his own space, but he needed to see me. His eyes were deep. I would always say he had something going on behind those eyes. And Victor was always expanding my borders. I traveled internationally because of his drumming. He took his father to China when he was only 7 years old. There was so much love for Victor. And I didn't really mean to make a show of this press, but so many people wanted to talk to me. And I couldn't possibly handle all of it, not without him. So thank you all for coming and accommodating this one time where my knees don't buckle too much. Victor was my sunshine. And I prayed like every mama, every day, please don't take my sunshine away. His daddy is with me, Clarence McElhaney, Jr. And together we loved each other and we made this beautiful love thing. And so I wanted to take a few moments so that people would understand that Victor's not a homicide number or a statistic or just another black boy gunned down in South Central Los Angeles. I want you all to know that Victor came into the world a drummer. He was drumming from the moment he could sit up and not just like hitting things to make noise like all little human people do. Victor was listening for a sound. He drummed before he could walk. He drummed before he could talk. And at his preschool, when his teacher wanted to, they call him a little drummer boy, and she started playing with the little plastic toy drum, he said, "Stop, Miss Tasha. First, you feel it. Then you play it." He was 3. So he's a priest in the drum circles. And he's played for weddings and funerals and christenings and bar mitzvahs. Can you imagine African drums at a bar mitzvah? But that's what he did. And he believed that music could heal the world of violence and sickness and addiction. And his desire to bring music medicine, that's what he called it, to the world, brought him to Los Angeles, the city of angels. Victor came here because he wanted to be in the pantheon of all this great jazz tradition that has been held in trust at USC. He didn't care nothing about a degree. Let me get that straight. There was a part of him that really wanted the bona fides of being a college dropout so that he could keep his street creds real. But he didn't mine being part of this Trojan family. I'm so grateful that you all here at SC have that tradition. What is it called? The convocation? When we came for welcome weekend, y'all put him in a cap and a gown on day one. And we marched him in to the square. And you guys raised the banners. And you talked about, oh, wow, that was so beautiful. I'd never seen anything like it. It was amazing. I said, baby, that's like a pre-graduation. Isn't that amazing? And we felt bonded and loved in this place. So I want to say thank you, SC. Y'all didn't waste no time. I particularly want to thank the leaders of the CBCSA, because that was his family within the family. He didn't ever feel alienated or alone or overwhelmed by wealth or privilege. He came from simple, regular people. I got a big title back home, but it don't mean nothing. We average, everyday people. We live in West Oakland in a house that needs repair. And he grew up and he said he was bigger than all of that. And y'all didn't make him feel no kind of second class here. He walked here. He was tall here. And y'all loved him. I came today because Victor started in the house of McElhaney, but he built his own houses everywhere. I don't know very many people who keep besties from preschool, but Victor did. And from his elementary school, from kindergarten, people who still call him brother. He had lots of friends, but some of those friends became brothers and sisters, and he meant that, and he brought them home, and they lived with us, and they didn't leave when he left. He said, Mommy, here's your son, and then he came off to SC, and we still had Ryan back home. We're like, wow, okay. We won't miss you, I guess. We got kids everywhere. He belonged to the house of SC. He belonged to the Shelton's family. He belonged to Berkeley Maynard Academy. He belonged to Windrush. He belonged to Oakland Tech. He belonged to the Oakland School for the Arts. It's a weird thing about this boy. He didn't ever finish where he started in any school. He belonged to the world. And the world knew it. All of the accolades of love that are coming in from around the globe have been touched by his drumming or his encouragement. And I want to appreciate the journalist who said it best. Said, oh yeah, his mom is a lawmaker. Maybe that's why his death is getting more attention. But Victor made a name in his own right. I was Victor's mom. Victor was not Lynette's son. He was a son of the village. A global village of people who loved him and knew him and cared for him and loved him, and he loved back. My last little story, because his aunties and uncles, everybody loved Victor. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. And I would say, are you giving my love away? And that little young Victor said, Mommy, that's silly. He said, don't you know the more I love, the more I have to give. That's how he lived. And I'd like to think that's how he reunited with the spirit that brought him to us. I'm crying, but really, I'm crying for all of those who never got to meet him and know him and be touched by him. Y'all are the ones who missed out most. On April 13th, he would have been 22 terrestrial years, right? But he's in infinity. So, I hope I answered the questions you guys wanted to know. We'll be celebrating him in his community back home, and people are making arrangements. Because he belonged to them, they're making arrangements, and I'll get to be a part of Victor's celebration of life. And hopefully I'll be a faithful keeper of his legacy. Thank you, guys.